All right, so let's begin the show. Right guidance to buy the right kind of insurance is a crucial role that is played by an insurance agent. A life insurance agent, or generally an insurance agent, is a person who makes you aware of the different policies that provide life risk coverage or other kind of insurance coverages. They get commissions in return of the policies they sell to you. Now, the irony over here is insurance as a sector also has a very high rate of mis-selling. No doubt the regulator and the players or the stakeholders have taken or are taking stock of situation since a very long time now, but only a little has changed on the ground level. These agents convince you to buy the policies by making false claims, which is quite a common phenomena. The insurance agents might show you handwritten calculations that demonstrate a very high rate of return, and that could appear too good to be true as well. So today on the show, let's understand all the red flags involved when you buy an insurance policy from an insurance agent. And for this, with me today, I have Sharad Bajaj, Business Head, InsuranceDekho. Sharad, good evening and welcome to the Money Show, where the point in focus or concern in focus is identifying the right kind of insurance agent, or when you are dealing with an insurance agent, what are the kind of red flags that you should know about in order to go ahead with the kind of consultation or the purchase that you want to make. Before that, I want to understand or throw upon some light on the kind of mis-selling that's involved in the entire insurance sector, be it any kind of insurance, life, health, or any other form of insurance. Sharad.
Thank you, Kavita, for having me on the show. Your question in terms of what are the kind of mis-selling that happens. So, I would list down few. One, the agents or somebody who is selling insurance to you might not tell you the right benefits or the right coverages that the insurance covers. They might also, one other common type of mis-selling that happens is, let's say the premium payable is for multiple years, or you need to pay premium for the next 10 years, but the agent might tell you that premium payable is only for 1 year, it's a one time payment. So that's one more kind of mis-selling that happens. Another typical thing that happens is there are riders or there are caveats which an insurance company puts in. So for example, in health insurance, an insurer might accept your proposal after adding that a certain kind of diseases or ailments would not be covered, but the agent might not inform you about the same. Another mis-selling that happening is where you conceal important information. And what I mean by conceal important information is, let's say as a consumer or as a user, somebody who is looking to buy a health insurance, you tell your agent upfront that these are your pre-existing diseases, these are your medical conditions. Now the agent might know that if they fill in these information and they log in the case, the insurance company would not accept the proposal. So what might also happen is that the agent might not declare all these pre-existing medical condition of an individual, and might just give a declaration that the individual is fit and fine. Now, what will happen is that the policy will get issued. Everything will look hunky dory to the customer that, hey, I've got the policy. But God forbid if something were to happen in future, and at that point in time, if the insurance company gets to know about your pre-existing disease, which more than likely they will get to know because the doctors or the hospital who are going to treat you would essentially ask you for your medical history. And as a user, since you were honest earlier, you would definitely be honest with the hospitals and the doctor that, hey, these are the medicines that I was taking, these are the ailments which I had previously. And the moment that gets recorded in your file and the file goes to an insurance company for a claim processing, your claim would get rejected. So it is very, very important that all the information that you provide to an insurance agent regarding your condition should be clearly mentioned in your proposal form, and should also be part of your policy document.
All right, so clearly we are talking about mis-selling where wrongful informations, is actually given to the consumer, to the buyer, or the facts are also not shared properly, the facts are also hidden. But one more thing that I want to understand, which a lot of people also don't know, especially the people who are buying insurance policies from a broker or from an agent. First, what's the difference between buying an insurance policy from a broker and an agent? Second, Sharad, a lot of times agents have a tie-up with certain kind of insurance companies, okay? They represent few insurance companies which the buyer is not aware of, and these insurance agents are very smart in just pitching those particular products. So how can you as a buyer also, try to figure out as to a specific product is being trying to pitch to you of a particular insurance company? Because if a representation is coming from someone who is commission based, it's very essential from a buyer to understand and to keep all their options in front of them in order to go ahead with the crucial purchase of insurance.
So, Kavita, as per the Indian guidelines, now an individual can become agent of one health insurance company, one non-life or general insurance company, and one life insurance company. So, an agent is only allowed to sell insurance product of one company type. Now, let's say if I, as a consumer, go to an agent and I want to buy a life insurance. Now, legally, that agent is only allowed to sell insurance of one insurance company. So what would typically happen is that the individual would try and push an insurance policy of that particular company where they are a commission agent. Now, uh, is that product the right product? That is something that we as consumers or anybody who is trying to buy a insurance should look at. Now, typically, if you look at a life insurance product, now in life insurance we can look at two major kind of product. One is for protection, other is from an investment perspective. Now, protection is something where you get paid only in case of an untoward incident happening and in case of death of an individual or an individual surviving till a certain age. Now, what this essentially means is you're looking for a product where, say, if anything were to happen to you, then your family does not have to go through a pain. They don't have to go through a financial burden. The emotional burden will always be there, but at least financial burden should not happen. So that is one piece. Second is if you're looking for an investment purpose. So let's say somebody wants to plan, get certain corpus after say 10 years for education of their child, then they need to look at an investment product. So what is very critical and important is to understand why is somebody looking to buy an insurance. What is the right need, what is the coverage that one needs, what is the sum insured that one needs, and look for an insurance only for your specific needs. So from an agent perspective, if you are only allowed to sell insurance from one insurance company, there is a chance that the agent might try and sell you a particular product only, and that product might not be the best product in terms of sufficing your financial needs or your protection needs. So that's one difference. When you look at buying from a broker is typically working with all insurance companies, and or more than one insurance company. A broker is allowed to work with all the insurance companies. So a broker might give you a bouquet of options in terms of the product or the products available for a particular customer. Obviously, the question is, even from a broker perspective, the remuneration of a broker might be different from a different for different products. So you might have a scenario that a particular broker or a particular individual is trying to push a product where the commission is high, but we should always look at the product which is being pitched to us. Is that making financial sense? Is that fulfilling our requirements? No pressure should the consumer who is buying product should not get under any pressure from an individual. They should clearly understand that the particular product which they are buying, they should understand what are the terms and conditions, what are the exclusions in those products, and
Needs to be
do
done
they
from
those
the buyer's perspective, also from the buyer's end also. Just quickly, I also want to understand the commission structure. We know the regulator is also trying to work on it, and a lot of new mandates have also come. So just from buyer's perspective or viewer's perspective, how can they understand the commission structure that's involved when you buy an insurance policy from an agent or a broker? Sharad.
So Kavita, till 31st March of this financial year, the commission structure against each product was fixed by by IRDAI. But from 1st of April, IRDAI has implemented something which is called EOM, or expense of management, where an insurance company can have variable commissions or differentiated commissions payable to different partners. So they can pay a different commission for an insure for the same product to an agent, to a broker. Between brokers also they can differentiate, and between agents also they can differentiate. But typically, if I were to give you some sense in terms of how the commission structure works, then in terms of life insurance policies, the commissions are very high on the first year business that you source, and subsequent renewal years the commission are minuscule or minimum. In terms of health, again, higher commissions for new fresh policy sourced, and commissions are differentiated for or lower commissions for renewal. In case of motor insurance, it is typically similar commission across years that works.
All right. Last question, Sharad, and then we'll wrap up this discussion. The kind of homework that's needed from a buyer's point of view, or the kind of preparation that they need to do. See, right, as of now, if we see, a lot of information is already available on social media, but then we still don't know which is authentic and which is not authentic. So how can you prepare yourself, identify the kind of needs that you have, in order to have the right kind of purchase from an agent or a broker?
So, Kavita, what a buyer should do is, one, just not rely on the agent or broker's word uh, in terms of which product to buy, what coverages to take. They should do their own research. Second, in terms of product benefits or the benefits that a particular policy provides, they should also do their own research and not rely on any handwritten notes. They should ask for brochures from the company, the specific policy that they're buying. They should ask for those policies brochures and compare different policies and see what benefits are being offered by different companies. And thirdly, they should also go online, on the website of the insurer, on the website of a broker, where these documents are easily available. And they should also try and download the documents from the website itself, and try and seek information if the information which is available online are they same as what the insurer or which the agent or the broker is providing. Because for any policy, any product, the information which should come from the website as well as what the agent or broker should provide should exactly match. There should be no difference. So a buyer should look at all of these. And lastly, means without any doubt, what they should do is they should ensure that the policy that they're buying, that should meet their requirement. They should clearly call out, they should clearly understand why they're buying an insurance policy. Is the coverage that you're getting is sufficient? So let's say, for example, somebody's annualized income is 10 lakh rupees. Now, from a term insurance perspective, you can typically buy up to 20 times your annual income, or that is what the suggested coverage is. Now, if an agent is suggesting, if your annual income is 10 lakhs and the agent is suggesting that you buy a term insurance only of 25 lakhs, then that's a red flag. Because if anything were to happen to that individual, would 25 lakhs of corpus be sufficient for the family to survive post an event? So they should look at, is the coverage that is being suggested to them, would that be sufficient? In case of health insurance, we should look at what are your current existing illness. Do you foresee any kind of say hospitalization for any pre-existing disease in the future? And what kind of expenses would you incur when there is a hospitalization for any such disease, and the coverage that you're getting, is that sufficient, and are there caveats in the policy document? Say for example, a very high copay for health insurance, or a very high deductible that is being implied to in the policy. So those are the things which a buyer should definitely look at, and they should also see whether the individual or the agent or the broker is trying to put any pressure, whether they understand the products correctly or not, and whether there are any hidden fees, any
By
charges.
the word of mouth, just by going, by someone's recommendation or word of mouth is definitely not advisable. It's very important for you to do your own homework and also read the policy documents carefully. With that, it's a wrap. Thank you so much, Sharad, for being on the show and helping our viewers with this today.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Kavita.
We'll slip into a quick break, but then post that, let's get your mutual fund portfolio queries answered. I'll be joined by Shweta Jain after this break.